It also shows that the Trump family isn't slowing down on its full court press to claim crypto as their next culture war turf. Donald's already signed the first federal stablecoin law, created the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, and iced lawsuits against Coinbase and Uniswap. Meanwhile, Eric is out here giving keynote speeches about why Bitcoin is better than property portfolios in Palm Springs. Now, love them or hate them, the Trumps are all in on Bitcoin now, which means the next bull market might not be driven by tech nerds in hoodies, but by political legacies with campaign merch and lightning wallets.
I wish everybody not only come for the conference, but also treat this as the whole Bitcoin experience in and outside of the event.
Well, it sounds incredible. And for people out there who have only attended Western-focused Bitcoin events, what kind of, I don't know, cultural energy can they expect in Hong Kong? I mean, it sounds amazing, but I've never been. So tell us, what can we anticipate?
I would say right now we see a lot of Bitcoiners, they go to conferences, they go to events based on the destination. And oftentimes the Bitcoin conference is not the sole pull of why people are traveling to these places and making connections. It's also because of the place itself that hold history, hold magic of connecting people in the space. So Hong Kong is a very unique place. In 2015, I would say 2016, during the block size war, Hong Kong actually have been a really important frontier, uniting the community of Bitcoiners. And there's so many great developers, great startups that really started to gain attraction on the Bitcoin standard from Hong Kong. And from in the last 10 years, I would say the because we have so many new things happening in the West, the strategic relevance and importance of Hong Kong kind of quieted down a little bit. But right now we're seeing new institutional efforts. We're seeing policy changes. People are getting curious, not only for Bitcoin, but in the blockchain space in general and the technology behind it. The East market, I would say, have a bit more explorative approach when it comes to Bitcoin than the Western market, and this has initially surprised me as well in last year's Bitcoin Asia, where the Western Bitcoiner community were still very focused on the base layer technology, still very focused on the only layer two that are gaining attraction would be Lightning. They're by far leading the most, but in Asia that's not the case. In Asia we're seeing a lot more explorative approach in terms of Bitcoin adoption. They're developers and innovators. They're trying to see what else can we do on the Bitcoin standard. What can we really leverage Bitcoin as a technology to imagine a future where Bitcoin is the base layer technology, and what else can we build on it? So there's a lot more explorative opportunistic conversations happening there, and they are using Bitcoin in ways that are more dynamic. So it's a great place to see. Bitcoin Asia will be a great place for the East and West Bitcoiners to come together and compare approaches, I would say. And in terms of Hong Kong, it's a magical place, and even it was actually my first time going to Hong Kong in last year's Bitcoin Asia. And as an Asian person myself, I grew up in Asia, and I was even blown away by the combination of technology and culture and nature, really, because you wouldn't really imagine that Hong Kong being a really small space and have all of these financial legacy in the past. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't think that it's a nature place, but it's an island. It's by the sea. So you see the mountains. The skyscrapers are actually taller than the mountains. So that's something I guess we don't usually experience. It's one of the things that you get to experience in Hong Kong.
Very cool. And you know, every year it seems like there's a different narrative around Bitcoin. This year it seems to have kind of been, at least here in the West, the rise of corporate adoption, right? What do you think is the big theme or message that you're hoping to bring forward through this year's Bitcoin Asia conference?
For sure. This year, Bitcoin Asia's theme is signal over noise. So I would say there are a few center of focuses how we're trying to deliver this theme. First is that we made a really bold move of making our GA pass free, and this is for a period, and this is about to end, and we'll get into that. But we made our GA pass free. The hope is that we can really give back to the community and expose ourselves and to the general public and provide an opportunity for these Bitcoin curious folks that are local to come join us to have this opportunity to learn more about Bitcoin firsthand. So a lot of the content will be really coming back to the basic to talk about what is Bitcoin, because that narrative is almost something is missing in the Asian community, where Bitcoin is very much treated as a cryptocurrency, just like many other cryptocurrencies that are popular, and people in this market seem to get exposed to the general crypto theme, even ordinals, even NFTs. They kind of got into the space through these projects, through these other coins. And then they saw Bitcoin, but in their mind they perhaps don't make the emphasis on Bitcoin, or they don't really understand what is there any difference between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency and other I guess popular applications on the blockchain that are, I guess, documenting the economical journey where Bitcoin really took place. So they also hold a lot of cultural and sentimental meaning, and help us visualize the journey of life with Bitcoin and then Bitcoin's journey as a whole in the last 15, 16 years. So there's a significant art element that will be in the realm of Bitcoin Asia. And then we'll also be able to see from the stage design, from the visuals, the graphic, the vibe that you will be experiencing on site. There's a lot of things that in the pipeline would be looking forward for everyone to see on site.
Yeah, I bet you guys have some very cool things in play. If it's any indication, I mean, the art installations they had at BTC Vegas this year were outstanding, and I'd be really excited to see what those look like at your conference in Asia. I'm sure they are wholly different and wholly amazing in their own unique ways. Now, one thing I know that everybody is really excited about at the Bitcoin Asia conference are the keynote speakers. Are there any keynote speakers or standout guests that you're most excited about that'll be attending the conference this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Me personally, of course, we have a roastery of amazing speakers. I guess personally, I'm very looking forward to Irene. She's a Bitcoin astrologer, and she's joining us for the first time as a speaker at Bitcoin Asia. And then we'll be looking forward to her session talking about the alignment between Bitcoin and among the stars.
Very cool. And I also believe you have Eric Trump will be speaking at the event. How does that fit, and how important is that into the bigger East-West narrative for Bitcoin? Do you think it's a big thing that he's coming all the way from the colonies here to Hong Kong to talk Bitcoin at the Bitcoin Asia conference? Does that kind of help tie the East and West together a little bit in this unified Bitcoin mission?
I would say there are many ways we can be looking at it, and all positive. And this is not the first time we're welcoming Mr. Eric Trump to our conference. So it's great to actually have the opportunity to have him join Hong Kong as part of our conference circuit. I would say the impact would be massive. And there are so many people, and we'll be attracting so many eyeballs that are not yet into Bitcoin, or not yet understanding the impact of Bitcoin as a technology, as a financial product, or just as a tool for personal freedom. This could actually be a starting point for people to pay attention, because we can only oftentimes there's a threshold for us to start paying more attention than for anything really. Like there need to be this entry point for them to start thinking, now what? Because this person is into
Right.
this Bitcoin, and maybe now I should look into it because there's a reason why he's into it, and I listen to this person, or I pay attention to what they're saying, right? Or they must know
Right.
something that I don't. So I think for speakers that are high profile, just like Eric Trump, they will bring a lot of new attention into the space and hopefully serving as a starting point for a lot of people's rabbit hole. And then for people who are already inside of the space, this doesn't happen every day, so he doesn't really just go to any of the crypto event that happens in Hong Kong. So we're really grateful for this opportunity to host this event where we can bring him to Hong Kong and to a global stage where Bitcoiners can listen to what's happening in this realm of the world in Bitcoin community, and to really push the adoption from there. It's gonna be massive, right? Well, a couple of things. When everyone walks away from Bitcoin Asia this year, I hope they walk away with a ticket for Bitcoin Asia next year. So this is the wish number one, because and then wish number one, and then wish number two is that because our theme would be signal over noise, so all of our content and our effort are geared towards that. So would really love to see if people start to think, oh, consider Bitcoin as more signal, and would pay more attention of the difference between Bitcoin and crypto, and as well as taking Bitcoin seriously personally, not just for money, but also to think what else can I do with Bitcoin for myself, for my health, for my relationship, for becoming a better person, to really utilizing Bitcoin as a tool for self-actualization and personal improvement. That would be my hope.